Let's go live. Let's go live. Finally got it working on my computer screen. Okay, this is going to be my episode one. Now episode review of the Real House. I always do that. Basketball Wives Orlando and Basketball Wives uh LA review. Um, let me find my notes. And this is going to be the first set of notes. It's going to be from Basketball Wives L to the A to the A to the A. Now, no, both episodes turned up at the end for me. They were very, very basic at the beginning, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, on Basketball Wives LA, Britt, Clayana, and Vanessa meet. That's what I call Van. And Britt asked Vanessa asked Britt, was she good? Clayana said, don't do that. Well, she's asking her if she's good because she wants to know if she's okay after her whole incident. She's been going through some things and her whole incidents with Brooke. But Clayana wants to keep the mess going because she don't want anybody to be friends with it seems like she kind of possessive of Brittany. So she don't want anybody to be friends. Look. I can't get this in the middle of my head because the camera is on the opposite side. Well, anyway, she said like that she's trying to be kind of possessive of Brittany. And Clayana said, well, I just thought that you all were kind of trying to, you know, ice us out at the cooking class. And Van, I'm like, what do you mean? It was a cooking class. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't much conversation that needed to be had at the cooking class. You learned something. And so Van then brings up about her incident with well, not an incident, but her snooping and poke and good Jennifer's business. Okay. So she brings that up and she asks them, well, what you gonna do about that? And then she was like, well, I think I'm gonna tell it, but I don't want to tell it without Jackie being there. And then Clown was like, are you scared? Are you scared of them? And then Van was like, no, but it's a pecking order. Pecking order for what? And then she was like, well, you have your wives and you have your wives that were players, A-list players. And then she's like, my dude was, excuse me? My dude was A-list. I mean, he played basketball and you have Z-list players that's married to women. And I was just a girlfriend, but I still was with the A-list player. And by no means is Jackie and Vanessa Z-list to me because, like I said, that good Isaiah played with the Lakers, honey, and the Lakers was my team regardless. Okay, and that's that on that. And Doug played with Sacramento for years before he came to the Lakers, and he was decent. It was good to me. I think Doug was like a, a forward. I want to say he could shoot too. So I can't give him shooting guard, and I can't give him um, you know, center because Vlad Divac was a center, I believe, when he played with Sacramento. And Vlad used to be a Laker too, so it was drama there. But at the same time, she was right about the pecking order. I think there's some type of respect for wives versus girlfriends, but Miss Clayana wasn't having it. She had to get down her boyfriend, her ex boyfriend at that accolade. So um and then she was like, what is your issue? You acting like you got a problem with everybody. And then she was like, I don't have a problem with people. People have a problem with me. This girl is beginning to get on my nerves. Okay. Then they go to the airport and they prepare for the trip. Evelyn rides on the spring with Brittany. Brittany says that she's beginning to doubt herself because Cleon's been put into her head the whole time that it was Brooke who body shamed her first. But now Cleona is saying some coming up with some doubt. Like, maybe I did shame her first, which by the clips that I saw, it was you had by surgery first. Okay. So Brittany says to Evelyn, I think I should apologize to Brooke. And then Evelyn says she'll be open to it because she just thinks it was one huge misunderstanding and that they needed to talk. And so Jacia, Cleon, and Brittany meet. Brittany says that she's thinking about apologizing to Brooke. Cleon gives little screw face. This is the point where we realize that Cleon does not want Brittany to apologize to Brooke because her mess is gonna come out and her involvement in the mess is gonna come out. So I wouldn't want her to apologize either after I know I started all the drama at the table. So then all of a sudden, while just Jacilda's being an encouraging ear, telling her to, maybe you should apologize some kind of way. Her and Clayana get into it. That Clayana, boy, I was rooting for you, girl. I was rooting for you because you were into it with Franklin Turtle. But now you are getting on my nerves. And then Brooke, Clayana is like, well, you ain't no wife either. You just a girlfriend, and you living off your old lady's money like that. And then she's like, "Girl, I got plenty of jobs." Jacita, as they argue, and once again, she has to be escorted out. And then Jacita was like, "No, baby, I got the ring, right?" And then in confessional, Jacita says, "I got the ring, and I had not one, but two, not but three rings, and you had zero," which is true. Brooke tells Evelyn what Van told her about the whole incident with uh let's see, Brooke tells Evelyn about the whole incident with Van and them telling her about. I'm getting flustered because I got to go back up to this school because my baby's sick. But anyway, about her being flustered about the ring situation. Evelyn giving up her ring. What the hell was that? Child, you hear all kinds of noises when you are quiet and in your personal sound booth trying to get this stuff together. Anyway, um, so then Evelyn is like, "Why is she telling my business?" And she was like, "I don't think Van can be trusted." Well, Jenna and her and Evelyn go walking. And they look at all the games that's being set up for them to play, and then they lovey-dovey again. So we know Frick and Frack about to start some mess, as they do. Van and Van gives Jackie the rundown on what happened between her and Cleona at the store, and then she tells her about Cleona not really being down with the whole pecking order thing. Uh, yeah, I wouldn't be down with it either. You can't be down with the pecking order. Well, I said that, to say that, it is one, but at the same time, it's the way that they are presenting it as if, personally, that they are better. The wives are better, not just, in the hierarchy of the relationship in the league with the girlfriends and the wives. But back in the day, the game gave us a pretty good idea of how pecking orders go and whatnot. So um, then Jackie tells her, this girl is getting into it with everybody. I'm beginning to regret even asking her to come. So Brittany finally goes to Brooke. She goes to Brooke and she apologizes and she says, "Well, you did mention something of people being on thin ice." And then she said, Brooke told her, "I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Van. Van is on thin ice with Evelyn, right?" And which is true because her and Evelyn have a little tip back and forth all the time down there to that good Twitter. So it's the night of the party. That's the stuff we were to get down to. And so they they at the party, they having a good time. The men are there, the men are bringing out the good wine, and so yeah, they bringing out good wine and good champagne, and next thing you know, here come Debbie down. Who was Debbie down? Clayana. Clayana looks at Jen, and they all arguing or whatever, and then Clayana's letting them know that she don't like all this drama that's going on. And then Brooke goes up to Clayana and is like, well, you know what? Show me the receipts where Van was talking about me. Show them to me. I want to see them for myself. And Clayana was like, yeah, y'all fake, blah, blah, blah. Y'all into it 1 minute and you back together 1 minute. And this all stems from they wouldn't have got into it had she came in and spoke. She didn't speak when she came in. She had the screw face. She didn't even hug the birthday girl, which was Brooke. And Brooke was like, well, she confronted her about, not speaking to her. And then Cleon, as they getting into it, and they arguing about the receipts, and Cleon's going through her phone. And she gets into it with Brooke. They're going back and forth now. So at this point, she's into it with Brooke. They're going back and forth. She's into it with Vanessa. And then Vanessa was like, well, you know what, bitch, I will drag you and barbecue your lip. That wasn't a good one. Brooke tags back in and she says, well, all I want to know is what you said to what you've been saying to Brooke about me, because uh, Brooke says this. She wants to know what she said about Jaceel. Like I said, I'm flushed because I got to get up to the school. But anyway, Jaceel said she should have went along with she wants everybody to go along with her against Brooke because she's kind of possessive over Brittany. But at the same time, Brooke is saying that she's still saying that she wants the receipts, right? So Cleona, kind of puts her finger in her face. She was like, I want to know what Brooke was like. I want to know what Brittany said to you about me. What Vanessa said to you about me. What did she say? And she was like, well, she was talking to me. She didn't talk to me on the phone. We were talking on the phone. We said these things in person about you. And then Vanessa was like, you're lying, like that. And then so security steps in. And then after they point fingers in each other's face, and Clown said she can point her finger wherever she want to point her finger to. And when security steps in, ah, dog, here comes the Kiki rain shower shower. She puts she dashes a drink in uh she dashes the drink in Clown's face. Again, flustered. And Van picks up her purse at the end of this after Cleon is dragged away, kicking and screaming. And she puts her belongings into the pool. Not cool, Banquisha. Not cool at all. You had no business throwing that girl's stuff in that good water. You were wrong for that. Clayana is a problem. You wanting to barbecue her lips is weird to me. But that pretty much was the end of that episode. We're gonna go ahead and go on to basketball wives or Lando. So on basketball wives Orlando, Rashid and Kenzie meet. So Rashad. So Rashad, this is what y'all Danny, you and Kenzie, this is what y'all all and for some reason, uh, Kansas thinks she got the cooch gold, right? So he's not gonna go anywhere with her. He's gonna treat her different, right? Um, because she's a different kind of girl. She doesn't nag him like that good old lady over there. What's her name? Danny. Danny's a dad, and you're not. You sitting up here and still not knowing where your relationship is going with him. This man is for the streets. Him and his short break. Okay, so they get the invite to the pajama jam, and Morgan is over there crying her eyes out to her mom, and she's telling her mom that she's sorry that she resented her because she's she doesn't want her kids to resent her because their father is not in their life. So now she see what it's gonna be like to be a single mother. And she was like, well, I did resent you, mom, because my dad wasn't in our lives, and now I understand why you did what you did because dad had a family down the street. And Morgan's mother says that she didn't know he had a family down the street. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, he decides that he doesn't want to be a father to Morgan. And Morgan is crying because she knows now that even though her ex-husband is providing for them financially, he's an absentee parent, much like her father was. And now she knows that her mother did the best she could, and then her mother apologizes to her. Okay, so I hope my kids don't resent me, but even though it's not my fault, I'm still a single parent. And some parents, some children they long to have both parents regardless of what they may say or what you may think or how much you do for them. They still think that. So Nick and Mulan meet and they talk about the beef with the other girls, and Nick says that she just want to apologize to Morgan because she was on 10. And then Lauren says, well, I'm not going to apologize to Danny no time soon because Danny was online laughing at me being punched, her and Nikki. So Oh, girl, we get to the part about Danny in practice. Baby, when I tell you that Danny can play some ball, this girl licked up, running in behind this tired boot Negro, just, I believe, just because she got kids. That's how I feel, because the girl can shoot. Okay. I was so impressed. And it's not much. That's what I want to see more of. I already said that in my other reviews. I like to see more of them playing basketball. But anyway, the next scene, Nick was talking about what happened to her um, brother-in-law, or what she calls him, and it was all over $20. They were trying to get in the club, and the brother was a rapper, and the fight was also between Nick and this young lady, and she wanted to get in the club, and somebody didn't want to pay the $20 to get in the club. So next thing you know, before they even got into the fight, her mother told her not to fight the chick. So she ends up getting into it some kind of way with the brother-in-law, and she takes him out, puts him into a permanent sleep. And Nick is like, well, she don't need all this extra drama with the girls, because she realized how precious life is now. And so Morgan is doing her beautiful daughter's hair. And baby, when I tell you, that baby has some pretty hair. Morgan is a stylist, so she does an awesome job with her hair. And I know that that's not that kind of hair that hasn't been taken care of, right? That's that kind of hair that got those good hair products in there. And it's probably not blue match like my children. Honey, it does what it does. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, Morgan says she she talks to Danny, and she tells Danny on their way to the pajama jam, because now they invited to the pajama jam. They on their way to the pajama jam. But before that, I like to say that I like the way Morgan poured into her daughter. Okay, it was very, very a touching moment. But anyway, Morgan, in the next scene, her and Morgan are in the car together. Of course, Danny and Morgan are in the car together, and they are talking about Ashley. And then she says that Morgan says she knows that Ashley told the baby daddy where she lives. And I'm thinking, why in the world would you think in that moment? I'm wondering, how in the world would she think that it was Ashley that told? And what would Ashley's motive be for telling? But you're gonna find out later on what her. I'm beginning to see through paper thin. Ashley. Now, last week I had good things to say about Ashley. Now she making me mad again. Anyway, Morgan said she will. They get to the pajama jam, and they got the twerk before they come in the house, right? So Morgan does a little twerk or whatever, and And then Morgan said, Morgan